Like many African countries, Kenya mainly imports its fertilizer from Russia, putting its food security situation at risk as the Ukraine-Russia conflict drags on, affecting fertilizer supplies. A fly may, however, hold the solution to the country's and indeed Africa's fertilizer shortage crisis. We are talking about the black soldier fly, an efficient waste recycler that experts are betting to produce highly nutritious fertilizer as well as protein for animal feed. Our team in Kenya witnessed this innovative idea firsthand during a visit to a waste-to-value company just outside the capital, Nairobi, and filed this report.
At a corner of the land in which Ekodudu sits, farm workers mill tons of farm waste, turning it into easy-to-digest pieces. That then ends up here, inside a climate-controlled room as food for flies, the black soldier flies. Adan Mohammed digs his hands through a mound of soil, bringing to light hundreds of black soldier fly larvae. Ekodudu has been rearing the flies since 2018. The electrical and electronics engineer says he stumbled on the black soldier flies while working in the animal feed sector, but has not looked back since then.
In animal feed formulation, you need to consider different components, your carbohydrates, your proteins, and your vitamins. Now, the component with the highest cost is the protein. If you get that cost right, you get the cost of that whole bag right, and it's the single most important component. So during my time in doing animal feed compound formulation, I saw that it was really expensive obtaining this component. So I decided to venture into just focusing on protein production, but to do it in a more sustainable way. That's where I decided to get into black soldier fly production.
We harvest from the cages, so this is how it looks. You can see the movements.
It begins with the egg.
We transfer them to the nursery, where we give them 3 days to hatch.
It is the hatchlings, known as neonates, that are fed with a fermented milled organic waste. For the next 2 weeks, they will feed on the waste and grow into the next stage in their life cycle, the pupae. Here, Ekodudu separates them.
The pupae can be divided into the continuous process to continue the life cycle, and we can as well decide to dry or process some of the amount of the larvae so that it can move forward to make animal proteins.
For years, soybeans and fish meal have been the main components of animal feed. Scientists say this is a recipe for food insecurity, as the animals and humans are competing for food. Enter the black soldier fly, a sustainable, inexpensive solution, according to entomologists.
It is converting our waste to proteins, and then we are using that protein now to provide feed for our animals. So I think this provides leverage and increases the needs for use of the black soldier fly.
Because they are efficient waste recyclers, the black soldier flies, when fed organic waste, produce nitrogen-rich animal manure, which can produce high-performing fertilizers for use in farms across the country.
The benefits of black soldier fly is it has no other raw. Its main raw is it actually feeds on decomposed materials, and when you provide this insect with this waste as its food, so it will convert it within less than a month, so you get it readily useful for plants.
A few kilometers from here, we are at Eco Farm Orchards. Here, we meet Sanjay Pandiora, the farm's manager, inspecting his latest crop of dragon fruits. For 2 years now, the farm has benefited from the close proximity to Ekodudu.
It's better fertilizer than the normal because it's natural. It's all natural. There's no chemical. It's made by insects, and it's basically whatever is like coming out from the farm, going back, into the farm. So yeah, plus it's cheaper. It's a cheaper option.
Research from the International Center of Insect Physiology and Ecology, ICIPE, indicates that maize plots treated with fertilizers from black soldier flies have higher yields than those treated with commercial fertilizers.
Mineral fertilizers will only give you what you have bought. If you have bought for nitrogen, it will only give you nitrogen. It's not going to support the soil development, because it is just going directly for the mineral that you have bought it for. The frass from this insect will do two things: will give you the nutrients, and also it will form like a buffer to the soil. It will improve the soil structure.
Ekodudu currently employs 29 people, majority of whom are women and youth, creating an opportunity to absorb this huge part of the continent's population into the job market. Sarah Kimani, SABC News in Makuyu, Central Kenya.